Get inspired, stay inspired, where we get real about weight loss.
Welcome back to Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. Today, we are talking about a very important topic, self-sabotaging, while you are in your weight loss journey. Here we are together, Dr. Donna, Dr. Marty, and myself. We have all experienced this one moment or another, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Whether ourselves or with our clients all the time.
All the time. And we see it, like you said, Dr. Marty, every single day. That's something that we help our clients overcome because it can be overcome, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
So let's talk about number one. Number one, emotions. Emotions play a huge part in your journey, in our journey, in everything pretty much in life, right? And a lot of times the reason why is because we do not believe that we're worth it, or we have faulty thinking, or we have certain things and that we grew up with, traumas in our life that makes us feel like we're not worthy of really putting ourselves or working towards something that we really, really want. And so there's fear involved. There's all sorts of things, like failure is a big one. Like you're fearful of entering into this thing that you really want to accomplish, but what if you do not accomplish it? What if you fail? And so instead of going for it, overcoming it, and just attacking it, we retreat and we just don't do it. Or we start and then start thinking or talking ourselves out of it. Happens all the time.
How do you, what would you suggest? I mean, I know that in my office, we recommend that people journal, because how many times do you hear day in and day out, I eat my emotions?
Yeah. Dr. Marty, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
We ask them to journal because once you put it on paper, it's an accountability for yourself. And you can actually see, where you messed up. Another thing, part of the journaling that we do here in our office, and you may do this, sometimes, when people tell us that they have some emotional eating issues, we ask them how they felt, if they binged that day. So that way they can go back and look and say, well, you know what? I got upset at my husband, my son, my daughter, whatever the case may be. And I ate that bag of chocolate chip cookies and then I just, tossed the rest of the day out. Well, you can look back at that, and instead of eating the chocolate chip cookies, go for a walk, go for a breath of fresh air, learn what that trigger was so that you don't sabotage yourself.
You know what we do here is we tell clients to do a countdown. When they start, because you can feel it, like you can feel it kind of bubbling up inside of you, when your heart starts, pumping, or you start thinking certain things in your head, and these desires of going to grab something that is not in line with what you're trying to accomplish. We say, just take a pause, countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that gives you the opportunity to pivot, to change your mind, take control of that, of what's going on in here and what's going on in your emotions, and giving yourself a chance to change that. And when you do that, you start developing the skill to really manage and control.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Coach Martha.
Yeah. It works, it works, and it's so simple. It's so simple, and it's something that you can do anywhere where you're at. Emotions is a huge thing just in general, and it can come from all sorts of things, from belief systems that you have inside, from traumas, from just being tired and you're not, on top of your game at that moment. They say not to make, certain decisions when you're stressed out or tired, because it's all emotional.
Yeah.
So that's definitely our number one. Number two, avoidance, procrastination, lack of discipline.
Yeah. So that kind of ties into what we also talked about, fear. People sometimes avoid starting a program or changing their eating habits for fear of failure as well. I won't start my program until I have a birthday coming up. I have a holiday coming up. There's something coming up and you avoid it. You procrastinate. There's never a good time. There's always something that's happening. We can talk ourselves out of just about anything, but you can also talk yourself into doing something, and that's important. Change that. Oh, I'm going to wait till my anniversary. After my anniversary, I'm going to wait till that holiday. Don't wait. You're going to be waiting the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Make that decision, change that thought, turn that avoidance, procrastination into something positive.
And that's why we have people that are still haven't done their New Year's resolutions yet.
Yeah.
We're waiting for life to not have anything.
Yeah.
That's going to, there's always going to be a birthday. There's always an anniversary. There's always something that honestly sucks, because that's the other thing. Like, you're always going through something stressful in your life. That's living. Yeah. So, I tell people that avoidance and procrastination. I'm going to wait until there's no better time to get healthy and to make better choices than today.
Yeah. And that's why, like, our program is so unique and so successful, because it is the Reveal lifestyle program. It's changing your lifestyle. And that's what we teach you, and the benefit of changing your lifestyle is the weight loss, the healthier habits. So it's a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on, because it is a lifestyle. And there's a mindset change that has to happen, with every single one of these, that we're talking about, every single one of these reasons, they're all intertwined together. And it's just the truth. So let's talk about number 3. Talk about talking about it. Voices around us. The friend, the spouse, the family member, everybody has an opinion, unsolicited opinion of everything, right, Dr. Marty?
Oh my goodness. There's nothing all day long, every day. First of all, you get the people that need to ask their partners for permission. They need to ask their partners for permission to get healthy, to feel good about themselves. They have to ask their partners for permission to cook healthy meals, because their spouse won't eat what they're making.
Yeah, it's
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you love your spouse? Do you think they love you? Do you not think they would want you to look, feel your best? There's something that happens, and it's kind of interesting because we get that all the time. There's friends that sabotage you. Oh, I went out to lunch and my friend just ordered the dessert and the bread. Do they know that, you're trying to lose 50 pounds because you're pre-diabetic and have high blood pressure? Do they want to keep you around? Mm-hmm. And you know what? Sometimes I tell these people, avoid it. Avoid it. The first time I went on my own weight loss journey as an adult, because, you diet on and off all your life. And when you're in your 20s, all you got to do is quit eating chips for a week. And then all of a sudden you're down 5 pounds to wear that dress for the weekend. As you get older,
that doesn't happen anymore.
As you get older, you have to be so intentional. And that also means making intentional choices about who you're going to hang out with and how you're going to hang out with that person. And I remember, one of my very good friends who after this did the program on her own and has been wildly successful at it. She was like, so we're not going to be able to hang out and drink our glass of wine anymore? And I'm like, well, no, not while I'm trying to lose weight, but we could hang out and go for a walk, or we could hang out and have some tea, or we could hang out and meet for a cup of coffee, or we could hang out and have nothing that has anything to do with putting anything in our mouths at all. Because there's so many things. And with the spouse at home, that's going to be a hard conversation to have. Because if you're trying to get healthy for yourself and for your own well-being and for the well-being of your family, because whether you're a husband or a wife, or you're a mom, or you are a boyfriend or a girlfriend, your partner should want to have you around at your best for the longest amount possible. Otherwise, you're with the wrong person. But that's a whole other conversation.
And this is a lifestyle program, and one of the things that we need to develop as the person or as our clients is going through a program is really being able to stand firm in what they're trying to accomplish and what they want to sustain, no matter what happens around them.
Yeah.
No matter if somebody's stuffing their face with cake right next to them, or chugging tequila and margaritas. It doesn't matter, because you're standing firm in what you want to do for your body, for your life. And so we want our clients to develop the skill to be able to be intentional and still be in these moments and still be around people and this and that, but be very confident that you are allowed to make your decisions for what you want in your body. I had a conversation with a client one time, and she was having a hard time because she went to a birthday party and everybody was having cake, and she was actually crying. And we were, with her, we had to overcome some emotional issues, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, I couldn't have a cake, and my son was having cake and this and that. And, that's how we bond. I said, why do we all think that you have to bond with food?
With food. Yep.
You can bond with your friends, with your family members. You can bond with people doing all sorts of other things. Go bowling. You can bond.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Have conversations. But a lot of people are raised with the belief that everything is around food.
Yeah, it's a social thing. Yeah,
it's a social thing. But how about
every culture
break through that?
Yeah.
In
every culture.
But how about we start breaking through that and saying, it doesn't have to be food. Like, I can bond with somebody just by having a deep conversation, or maybe not a deep, just joking around, having doing events together. How about we start just changing our mindset that everything doesn't have to be around food?
But that's kind of hard.
It's hard.
That's hard.
But
which brings us to, go ahead.
But what I always say is that sometimes, more than sometimes, that adult peer pressure is worse than teenage one. Hey,
Absolutely.
that one piece of cake. Oh, you can have a piece of cake. That's not going to hurt you.
Have a bite.
Have a bite. Have that glass of wine. Have that vodka. And it really can sabotage you. And if you know your own emotions and you know what's going to trigger you, then that's not the option for you. Avoid it. If you're not strong enough, avoid it.
And it's okay to say no.
Yes, absolutely.
It's okay to say no. All right, number 4, resistant to change. Ouch. That is also something that we see on a daily basis. People want the results, but they don't want to change.
Right.
They want something that's quick. They want something that it's easy. And anything that's worth doing in this life is not easy. Anything that's worth doing for ourselves, and I think that our program is actually very sustainable and very doable, but it will cause you to make changes. I have clients that come to us consultation and say, I want to lose weight, but I'm not going to stop eating sugar. I'm not going to stop eating this. And I'm like, so
how's it working for you?
How's that working for you?
You want to continue doing what you're doing today, but you want different results. And a lot of that comes from fear as well. Fear as well, where they want to change, but they don't know what that's where their safe place is right now, because they know where they are today. It's an unknown territory, or they're comfortable in what is familiar.
And they're comfortable with what's familiar, but what they don't realize is that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Mm-hmm. So I tell them that all the time. People come in and they're like, well, I'm not going to eat any vegetables.
I don't. Yeah. People come in all the time and say, I don't eat any vegetables. Well, what do you eat? And you look at their diet, it's mostly carbs.
Yep. Or they tell you, I was never taught to eat vegetables. I love that one, because it's like, Betty, you're 43. You can teach yourself. You can learn to make a choice.
Yeah.
And we work through so much of that in our office. But again, if you don't want to change anything, then you're going to continue to get what you're getting.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, everything's hard. Making changes is hard. You know, eating vegetables is hard. But you know what's really hard? Not feeling good, not being able to put on those favorite pair of jeans. Pick your hard. You know, which hard do you want to work on?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that all it's all intertwined. You know, emotions are involved in there, you know, faulty thinking about yourself or just being stubborn. We have like the whole spectrum of things. It's just,
and
it's
you know, and honestly, that brings us back to our last topic, right?
Yep. Number 5, their why is not top priority.
Correct.
So they come into the office and they want to do this thing. And then when they find out what they need to do this thing, maybe not.
Yeah, the fear kicks in because it's the fear of unknown.
And they also haven't made themselves enough of a priority because you know what? Finding your why, and I ask people, why is this important to you? Oh, I want to look and feel better. That's not a why.
We dig in deeper. Like, okay, that sounds great, but what's the root cause?
Yeah.
Why are you really here? And we take note of that because we definitely have to remind them throughout their journey why they're here, especially when there has to be a lot of habit change that is involved, you know. And we have to wheel them in and tell them, okay, so remember your why, remember your why, remember your why. And you put it on the refrigerator, put it, you know, in your home screen on your cell phone, put it all over the place to remind you why you step foot in our centers to begin with.
Yeah, it could be something as simple. I'll never forget, this woman came into my office. She was actually in her 60s, and she was about maybe 65 pounds overweight. And I said, what she said, you know, I want to look and feel better. I said, well, why? What specifically do you want? She goes, you know what I really want? She goes, I want to be able to ride a bike again. I really enjoyed that. I'm uncomfortable right now riding a bike. I want to go for a bike ride. Well, guess what? She lost that 65 pounds. She didn't forget her why, and she rode her bike again, which was the coolest thing to see. Yeah, you know, it might sound trivial to some people, but that was her why. Everybody has a different why.
Yeah.
Well, there's people that are going to, you know, that are wanting to lose weight because they've lost track of themselves. How many moms, especially moms, this is, for some reason, this is usually women. How many moms have all day long, they take care of the kids, and all of a sudden the kids are probably, you know, older teenagers, don't need mom to take care of themselves, of them as much anymore. And now as a woman, you look in the mirror and you're like, what the heck happened to me? Where did I go?
Who is that?
Right? Who is that? And so it's so important to figure out your why. What is your why? Is your why because, you know, you want to enter a new phase of your life healthier? Is your why because, you know, your kid's getting married and you're going to look at those pictures for the rest of your life and you want to look and feel your best for an event? Is your why because your doctor told you that you're pre-diabetic or that you need blood pressure medication or that your cholesterol is way up? Is your why a health crisis that you're trying to avoid? Is your why a health crisis that you're trying to get out of? Do you want to be able to tie your shoes and get on the floor and play with your grandkids?
Yeah,
you know, what's your why?
Kids at the playground. Your three-year-olds have a lot of energy. I had a woman that said, I literally sit on the bench and watch my child play because I don't have the energy to play with them.
That's sad.
That is sad.
So what's your why?
And to all of those that are watching, you know, if any of this that we spoke about, you know, resonates with you and you're honest with yourself and you say, yeah, you know, I've done that. Yeah, I've gone through that, because we all have.
Yep.
It's okay, because it's okay to identify that, feel that, and then do something about it, right? You can't do anything about something that you don't know. And so be honest with yourself. We've all have been there. We all have been there. So if that's you, reach out to us. We are here to help you. Subscribe to our channel, comment. We hope that this helped you to overcome. We can overcome anything, really anything, if we put our minds to it. If we we put a priority of what you want to do with your life and with your body. It is you that has to make that choice for yourself. We can't do it for you. Nobody can. Even if you have those people talking in your ears, it is you. It is you. So we hope that this helped you. Subscribe to our channel. Reach out to us. We are here to help you inspire weight loss. Nutley, Lake Nona, Davy, Inspire Franchise. Please reach out to us. We hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Get inspired, stay inspired. Subscribe to our channel, and for more information, go to inspireweightloss.com.